For support, we knew we needed an NA support because there weren't any NA AD carries that we were interested in. And after looking at the solo queue stats and the in-game stage stats for the NA supports, Vulcan was far and above anyone else.
And save use defensively. I think the greatest strength for them though.
Oh, that is a sick stun. That was beautiful by Vulcan.
Leone getting go.
Not the best. Oh, left is found still by Vulcan. Kite 9.
I was very happy when I joined C9 because I thought I was going to be playing with Dig for a bit longer until my contract expired. Obviously, if you want to do well in NA, you need to be on the top 4 teams, top 3, top 4 teams most of the time. So I was very excited to join a team that is this respected and this good, like Cloud9, after only 1 year of playing LCS. And back before I joined Cloud9, I kind of looked at it like this prestigious team, since it's the one team in NA who pretty consistently does well internationally, or at least the best out of the NA teams. So I remember watching the Boston Major live and how hyped that was in CSGO. So yeah, I remember looking at it like it was a really, really insane team before I joined. Honestly, looking back at the first split that we played together on C9 in Spring Split 2020, it was kind of surreal how good we were, and it felt really insane because we would just go into scrims and expect to not lose a single game, and we would go on stage and expect to have a 20-25 minute win, and that kind of became our standard. It was becoming mini games in scrims, how fast we could make them either cancel or lose 5 games in a row, and obviously that's not something that happens for many teams in any region. So it was a pretty big jump from when I played on Clutch or on Dig, where we were bottom feeders for the spring split, and then we were middle of the pack in summer. When we first announced the roster or people knew who was going to play on the team, there was a lot of uncertainty because, well, it was a much different team than C9 had before, and Barber was finally getting promoted as a full starter for the first time, and he was known as this flippy or very aggressive, but sometimes it backfires kind of player, and people didn't really know what to expect. And it felt really good to, I guess, prove a lot of people wrong and show that, we were insanely consistent that split. We lost 2 games in a whole split and qualified for MSI, which, bummer, but yeah. Winning the first trophy meant all these things: satisfaction, relief, because every player who's here, or at least I hope every player who's here, sacrifices a lot and gives everything to try and leave a mark. So it means a lot to win a trophy and show, I guess, that, you can compete, right? And I remember we all dropped it and broke it right after. We were all celebrating it and lifting it in a circle. And then everyone was like, yeah, this was cool. And I started letting go. And I did the same. But apparently I was the last person to have my hand on it. So then everyone just kind of let go at very, very quick succession, and it just dropped, and the crystal, the blue crystal, fell away from the rest of the trophy. So yeah, I won my first trophy and then instantly broke it. That was good. The thing that stands out the most to me during the first year isn't winning the trophy, because it kind of felt like that was a given at that point in time. The biggest thing for me was when we were playing against CSM, I think first round robin in spring, and we took a Rift fight 4v5 and completely outplayed them too. I think we ended up being 9-0 after that game. But I played so fucking insane that game, so I remember being very just happy.
Right around him, cannot quite catch Doublelift, puts in the ulti that was Sven, has come around for the flank, and Vulcan just shuts him down. Crowd control the entire team. Bjergsen shuts low. Sven goes in for the play, lands the Q, and kills his fellow Dane. And another ulti comes in.
My favorite game with C9 is probably the game versus FPX at Worlds, the second round robin, because I also smurfed. Me and Barber played really, really well.
Vulcan on the backside, they see the engagement, see the potential to get the fight kicked off. Cloud9 kicking things off. Blabber immediately on the backside using the ulti. Join, can't do any damage to this Zen. Chris has to find some kind of fight. Now Vulcan going in, that's enemy support taken down. LWX off to the side, isolated, gold carded, locked up. C9, eyes on the prize, eyes on the Nexus, eyes on making it out of groups. They start.
I'd say my personal goals are kind of dynamic, I guess, depending on the situation. But one that I have right now is winning an LCS trophy with the crowd, because I didn't get to do that yet. Obviously, I can't control if there will be fans next finals, or the next one, or the next one. But just gotta make sure I stay informed to at least win one more with the crowd, because I remember playing third place match even against CLG when I was in clutch, and it was such an insane feeling. Like the 2 games we were stumping them and I was playing so well. And having the crowd there was insane, and we ended up getting reverse swept, and I still liked playing there even though we got reverse swept. So I can't imagine winning a trophy with the crowd, unfortunately, because it didn't happen. But that's kind of my goal, and then having a close best of 5 against Asian team, because we got turbo fisted by Gen G and I played like shit. And I didn't really show how good I can be, so that's it. Those are my 2 biggest goals right now. I'd say my international experience got a lot better because I went 0-6 last time, and this time we went 3-4, and 2 of those losses were against Damwon, so they don't really count, so we kind of went 3-2 in that group stage. I think the 2021 roster never really got to fully gel together, and I would say unleash like the full potential in a cringe anime way. It sucks because we still were able to go like beat Damwon and beat RNG and make it out of groups, even though it felt like we were on different pages a lot of the time. I think what's going to stick with me with my time at Cloud9 is how much, I guess, of a family the team really is, how much we spend time together, how much time our dad or Jack is around, because in my past team we didn't like see our CEO very much. It was much more close-knitted in C9, so we had a lot of good memories or good times, and maybe that's just because of how well we did, and winning trophies will always make it a lot easier to have a good time. But I think I'll look back fondly to my time at Cloud9. From the first day I started, the C9 fans have always been very supportive of me. I was a pretty big part of the best NA team of all time in Spring Split last year. That's what I believe. You can argue about it in the comments. We brought back a trophy after, what, 7 years? So I hope people remember that. I had a lot of good times, and I think that's what I'll remember in 10 years. I'll remember the people I played with and the places we traveled and the moments that we won together. So even though there were a lot of low notes, I think we had a lot of highs. And I guess I hope my teammates and the fans enjoyed them just as I did. Thank you to Jack for going out and spending an insane amount of money so I could join the team, because I thought I was going to be on Dig and struggle to barely make a 3rd seed for Worlds or something again. And it was a big change, but obviously a welcome one. So I'll always be grateful to Jack for that. And I guess I want to thank all my teammates on my time in Cloud9 for trying so hard to win. That's all I can really ask for. And yeah, like I said earlier, thank you to the fans for being so supportive. And even though I'm leaving, I've seen a lot of people who are sad to potentially see me leave or think that's the wrong move. And I see those messages and it makes me feel better about myself. So thank you.